Who am I? Well, now there's a question a lot of people ask. A psychologist once told me that we are not what we think we are. We are not what other people think we are. We are what we think other people think we are. Whoa. Well, that just doesn't do it for me. I was talking to another psychologist who said, well, we are the sum of all our habits, all of our thinking, we are the sum of our upbringing, and all of it together makes up who we are. No, that doesn't really do it for me either. When I read in Proverbs that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he, that to me is closer to the point. If we go beyond the question of who am I, are really asking, what's my value? This is speaking to the heart of identity. Well, of course, if we understand the scriptures, we'll know that we are made in the image of God. What does that mean? Well, what is the image of God? We understand that the Bible describes him very, very well. That yes, he is kind. Yes, he is merciful. Yes, he is just. He is a creator. I find it interesting that human beings create. We are really made in the image of God. We have the capacity for vision and concept. We have the capacity to build, to create. We have the capacity to care for others and to do things that no other creature could do. We really are made in the image of God. So our value, number one, is couched in the truth that we are made in the image of God. So of course this is speaking also to the heart of identity, isn't it? And how many people have said to me, I feel like my identity has been stolen through various circumstances and situations that have occurred in their life. I want to say this to you for you to receive something that may help you move beyond that. And that is, your identity can never really be stolen if you understand where your identity comes from. Of course, if my identity is in the car I drive, or the job that I have, or my relationship status, or the things that I can or cannot do, or the accidents that have happened and the mistakes or the failures I've had, if my identity is couched in all of that, then of course, yeah, my identity can be stolen. If I am abused by others, then sure, if that's my definition of identity, then yes, my identity can be stolen. But that is not the correct definition of your identity, who you are and what your personal value is. You are created in the image of God. So many people have said to me, well, I don't have a lot of gifts or talents. You know what? You have the capacity to do what no other creature can do. You are, yes again, I'll say it one more time, you are made in the image of God, created with the capacity to love others, created with the capacity to help others, created with the capacity to do things for yourself, for those around about you, that require absolutely no talent. Well, may sound corny, but even a smile on our face requires no talent at all. Encouraging others requires no talent at all. The Bible in Galations chapter 5 verse 22 speaks of the fruit of the Holy Spirit. When a person comes to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ, they receive the Holy Spirit within their life. They are then maturing on a journey closer to becoming more like Christ. And the fruit of the Holy Spirit is then enabled in their life of love, of peace, of kindness, of long suffering. Oh, there's a good one. Right. So my value, it's a big topic, but my value, number one, cannot be stolen. My value has everything to do with my identity. It's all right to say to someone, look, I love you. You are awesome. You are wonderful. That might encourage them, but that in and of itself is not their identity. God says he loves us. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. And that's encouraging, and that emboldens us, doesn't it? However, that within itself is still not our identity. Our identity was created at the very moment of conception. Our value was placed within us, made in the image of God, capable of doing what no other creature can do. You see, friend, I believe that every one of us need to dispute, in other words, argue against the notion that our identity can be stolen or our value can be taken away from who we are. Our identity, created, made in the image of God. I said I'd say it one more time a while back, well, I'm saying it a few more times, because within all of this, we also have an eternal destiny. What we do today truly does matter. Who am I? Well, yeah, sure. You may be a lecturer, a teacher, you may be a plumber, you may be a mum, you may be a dad, you may be all sorts of things with what you do. As far as your value goes a whole lot deeper than that. And I believe we need to talk ourselves to believe more than what the world or those around us might say. You are certainly not made in the image of the opinions of others. Irrespective of what people think of you, your personal value remains the same. No matter what your circumstances are. You may be free in a country where you can do more things. You may be isolated. You may be in a situation where you just cannot explore or your capacity or your potential. However, your value remains the same. Your identity remains the same. And the more and more we grow in the things of God, the more that value and our identity is revealed to us and to others. And so we all have a choice then, don't we? I can be of as much value to this world, to others, and to myself as I want to be. That is a choice. Now, your identity and your value is instilled within you. The choice to explore that and to reveal that, to grow in maturity, a personal decision that I'm going to be all that I was created to be. And yes, you are made in the image of God. You do have attributes that God has placed within you that are the very attributes of God himself, with an eternal destiny. So, as you consider these things and dispute the negatives, lay hold of that which will build you up and grow. I believe what you'll do is transform your week, transform your days, transform your thinking, because out of our thinking also comes good behavior. Out of our thinking comes the understanding of who we are. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he.